Welcome to my 8-week pregnancy update. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are brand new to my channel. I'm so glad that you stopped by and clicked on this video. My name is Mallory and I am an American military wife living in Germany, and I will put up in the cards above and also in the description box below one of our playlists from living in Germany. We've been living here since the end of 2017, and the day I'm filming this is May 29th, 2019. So we've been here for well over a year and a half, coming up on 2 years later this year. So if you want to see more of that, you can check out my other videos. But this video is, as you can see, part of my pregnancy update series. And we are in week 8, so if you have missed the last, let's see, I've done 5, 6, and 7, so the last 3 weeks, then you can also find my pregnancy playlist up above or in the description box below. Let's jump into everything, but before we do that, if you enjoy these types of videos, if you like seeing what life is like in Germany as a military family, or if you like pregnancy update videos, I know these are super popular on YouTube, then please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button. I would really love to have you as part of my tribe. All right, so let's jump into week 8. If you can't tell, I am feeling better in this video than I did in the video I filmed last week, which actually was less than a week ago because I did not film it on the day I turned 7 weeks. I filmed it a few days after because I just felt like total crap for last week, like in week 7. Week 8 has been kind of crappy at the beginning, but a little better near the end, and we'll get into that. But first, let's go over my pregnancy statistics. And I actually wrote everything out in this pregnancy journal. I will link the journal that I bought 2 pregnancy journals actually from Etsy, so just printables, and it's really affordable, like $12 to $15, and I bought 2 and I really like one of them better than the other one, so I will link that pregnancy journal in the description box as well. Okay, so as we do at the beginning, my stats. So my weight today is week 8 that I'm filming this, and I was 114.6 pounds when I stepped on the scale this afternoon. So I had eaten both breakfast and lunch and drunk water and tea and stuff. The reason I haven't been doing like first thing in the morning weigh-ins is because the very first weigh-in I did was not first thing in the morning, so I was trying to keep it consistent. When I had my prenatal appointment on Monday, so 2 days ago, I was a little over 111 pounds, and that was in the morning after I'd only eaten a small breakfast and not much water. So weight fluctuates, you have a lot of water retention and hormone bloat going on, so weight right now is not really weight gained from having a baby inside you. My belly has stayed the same, 32.5 inches around at the belly button. Okay, so now let's talk about the baby's statistics. So I know I've mentioned this in other videos, but in case you're new, my favorite app is the Ovia pregnancy app. That is the one that I use for logging my statistics, noting down doctor's appointments, writing notes to myself that I don't want to put in the journal. And every week when you turn a new week, it gives you statistics on how big the baby is and what's going on. So according to the Ovia app, baby is as big as a wild strawberry. Now, I do also use the What to Expect app and the Bump app because they also give like updates, and each one is slightly different. Those 2 apps say that baby is as big as a raspberry, whereas Ovia last week for week 7 said that baby was big as a raspberry. So still very, very small. At my prenatal appointment, he did measure the baby crown to rump, which is the standard way to measure baby at this point in the pregnancy. And he or she was 1.5 centimeters. So you can get out a ruler and see. Actually, I've got one right here. So 1.5 centimeters. So from there to there, like that tiny. So I guess wild strawberries are really small. But anyway, it probably has grown a little bit. I think one of the apps said that baby grows by 1 millimeter a day. So probably more like 1.7 centimeters today. Also, the placenta, this is also from the Ovia app, the placenta is taking over more of like hormone production, or said that it kind of reduces the hormone load on you, the mom. So the placenta is taking over more of that. So that may be why I'm thinking maybe why I've started to feel better a little bit at the end of week 8. The tail of the baby is almost gone. So, you know, when they're developing their spine and, you know, their spinal cord, the tailbone is literally like a tail, but it's almost gone by this point. The fingers and toes are developing, and so are the facial features. And also the baby can move on his or her own. So can't feel it yet, of course, because it's so tiny, but baby is moving. So now let's get into my symptoms of this week. So I have been so exhausted. I know I said that in my last video, and from about last week, like a week ago, until about Monday of this week, I hardly did anything. I would sleep as much as I could, sometimes 12 hours at a stretch. So from like Wednesday to Monday, I hardly did anything, just laid around. If I wasn't sleeping, I was most likely lying on the couch. And I have had a little more energy the past couple of days, especially today, I think. But I still have to sit down and rest a lot, like way more than I normally would. Like when I'm not pregnant, I never rest until I go to bed. So that's very, very unusual for me. If I don't get like 12 hours of sleep at night, I really have been needing 10 to 12 hours of sleep a day. So if I don't get enough at night, then I definitely have to take a nap. I have noticed something weird that's been happening is the past couple of nights, I feel like I'm not sleeping very soundly. I have been having some weird dreams. Another huge symptom has been feeling nauseated, you know, that all-day sickness, you know, morning sickness that lasts all day. Nauseated and gaggy, just like that gag reflex at the back of your throat. I did buy some sour candies because somebody told me that I wanted to get those Preggy Pops, which are very popular with pregnant women, but they're classified as a supplement, and so I can't have them shipped to APO. But then somebody in a pregnancy group told me that they're basically just sour candies. I think they have B6 in them too, but I'm taking that anyway. So anyway, they said just get sour candies. So I did order some organic sour hard candies, but in the meantime, I got some like sour Skittles and another like German sour candy from Edeka. And so I stuck on one of those whenever I just feel that gag reflex in my throat. It kind of helps. Lately, those ginger drops have been kind of grossing me out. I'm wearing my C-bands pretty much, it's kind of off, pretty much constantly. I do try to take breaks because, as you can see, they kind of make a divot in your wrist. So I normally sleep with them on because I don't like waking up and feeling nauseated. So usually I take them off when I first wake up because that's another thing I've been doing that's been helping is I keep water by my bed and a banana. So before I go to bed, I grab a banana from the kitchen, put it on my nightstand, and when I wake up, before I even get out of bed, I eat like a third to half of a banana. One of my friends recommended that I do that, and that's been working way better for me than eating crackers. Oh, another thing I did, and of course this is not medical advice, this is what I'm doing, so make sure to check with your doctor. But I've been taking B6, which is supposed to help with nausea, but it didn't seem to be doing a whole lot for me, and so I decided to up my dose. So I've been taking B6 about 25 milligrams 3 to 4 times a day. So they say you can go up to 100 milligrams a day in pregnancy. I found that doing 25 milligrams at a time really does seem to take the edge off. When I started doing that, that seemed to be the day that the nausea started to subside a little bit. So who knows? It could be, it seems to be having a positive effect. So I'm going to keep doing that. Also, scrolling on my phone, like scrolling through Instagram, which I love doing, and texting a lot does still make me feel like I want to gag. If you text me or whatever, send me a message, especially if it's really long and I don't respond to you, I'm not trying to ignore you. It's just because I don't want to gag trying to respond. Okay, let's get into food cravings and aversions. This past week, I've hardly eaten any meat. And I forget if I mentioned this in the last video, but at the very end of week 7 is when I started having a meat aversion. And that's really my first real aversion. And I'm the type of person that can hardly go a day without eating meat. I've never been a vegetarian. I've never wanted to be a vegetarian, but I'm essentially being a vegetarian, a lacto-ovo vegetarian right now. I just can't, like, meat just grosses me out for some reason. And I've heard from other people that they have the same thing. So I don't think it's too unusual. I was able to have a little bit of ham on a pizza the other day, so that was good. But yeah, so I'm trying to get my protein from other sources like quinoa and a little bit of beans, but beans really make me gassy, so that's kind of hard. Also eggs. I've been eating eggs some in the morning and sometimes in the afternoon. I normally just eat the yolks because I tend to have a little bit of an allergic reaction to the whites. But when I sit down to eat my fried eggs, the whites, like, I almost just crave the whites actually. And so I've been letting myself eat just a little bit of the whites along with the yolk, and I don't seem to be having any problems. Same thing with peanut butter. You know, peanut butter has some protein in it, and normally I can't tolerate peanut butter. I think I have an allergy to it. Not like anaphylactic or anything, but kind of makes my stomach upset sometimes. And I've had peanut butter today and yesterday with some crackers, and I seem to be okay. I know in pregnancy your body can change with regards to what kind of food you can eat. Also, popsicles have been really good. Like if I want to get fluids in, but I don't really feel like drinking plain old water, I got these really good strawberry popsicles from the commissary, and I think they're the Shine brand. They're really yummy. I've just basically been eating a ton of carbs, which I kind of feel guilty about, but eating a lot of carbs is better than not eating enough. So I just try to eat small meals. I have to eat small amounts at a time or else I feel sick or just like uncomfortable. I tend to feel more uncomfortable with eating as the day, like later in the day, like dinner time. So I really have to watch how much I eat. Okay, so the last category for my pregnancy update every time is something new or exciting that happened this week in pregnancy. And the new thing is that I had our second prenatal appointment. Mark got to go with me this time because it was on Memorial Day, and so the military has off for Memorial Day, but it wasn't a holiday in Germany. So he came with me to the appointment, got to meet the doctor, and we got to hear our baby's heartbeat. It was so cool, and I will put in a video here of the ultrasound. Wow. That's amazing. Wow. Wow, that's awesome. So yeah, as you can hear, baby's heartbeat is really strong. It was 170 beats per minute, which is perfect for this stage in pregnancy, really, really fast, and that's awesome. And we could also see the heart beating on the ultrasound. We could see the little hands and the feet paddles, the yolk sac, which will disappear. I'm not sure when that'll disappear, but it will probably disappear, I think, by the end of the first trimester. We could see the umbilical cord and the placenta. So everything is in place as it should be at this point, so no problems. And I also got my Mutterpass. So this is what pregnant women get in Germany. It's called a Mutterpass, and it means mother passport. So it's this little booklet. It's put into this plastic cover, and it's a paper chart. So like, for example, of course everything's in German, so I can't really read it, but especially like medical German, it's like, I don't know. So they have these, like, some of those pages fold out, and the doctor, you have to bring this to every appointment. And I really like that they put the responsibility in the hands of the patient. So like, if you have, you know, one of these, this is like your lifeline. Like, you must bring it to every appointment. So there's another page that looks like this. So I think this is for noting information about your ultrasounds. And in Germany, I believe they do an ultrasound at every single appointment. So like, I had an ultrasound before I was even 5 weeks along. And I got an ultrasound at almost 8 weeks, and we're going to do another ultrasound at my appointment in 4 weeks from now. I love that we'll get to see our baby every appointment. So anyway, it has all these different pages, and yeah, it's super cool. So I keep this in my pregnancy journal, and I bring my journal to my appointments so I can take notes, and then I'll have my Mutterpass with me. So I think this is a super fun concept, and it'll be really neat to put in this baby's baby book once he or she is born. A couple other fun things is I bought my first maternity outfit. I'll put it up on the screen. The leggings aren't maternity, but the shirt is a maternity shirt. So I got that at the PX on base. And then today I met up with a lady who gave me 7 pairs of maternity pants for free, and also this belly belt. So it's like this band that you put in your pants so that you can wear your pants for longer that aren't maternity pants. I don't even think she used this. So yeah, so now I have 7 pairs of maternity pants and a belly belt totally for free. Maternity clothes can be very expensive, so I'm so grateful to this lady for giving me all these pants. Finally, I started making our baby registry. I know it's really early, but yesterday when I was just relaxing, I thought I might as well start this list. And so we're using babylist.com. Babylist is really awesome, and this is not sponsored by them, although I wish it was. Babylist is awesome because you can add items from any website to this registry, and even like things that you can't buy. So like, let's say you want meals brought to you, you can put that, or like dog walking, or used baby clothes, or used baby books. You can add anything onto this registry. So it's kind of like an all-in-one. You also get a free goodie box when you make your list, and when you like meet all the qualifications, and you just have to pay like $5 for shipping. So they send you a box of all these like baby and pregnancy goodies. So I highly recommend Babylist. My sister-in-law also used it and loved it. So I'm doing a lot of research on baby products because I want to be very intentional on what we get and buy high quality, like get high quality items that also are low in like toxins, like flame retardants, VOCs, and all of that. Definitely building it over time, but that was really fun to start it. All right, so I think this video is long enough. I've rambled a lot, my voice feels tired, and I need to eat something again. So, and relax, because I'm getting tired. Make sure, if you haven't yet, again, click the subscribe button if you want to see more of these updates. And thank you guys for all the wonderful comments that you've left already, especially on that first video, the week 5. I just responded to a bunch of them the other day, and it was so great seeing everybody's excitement. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I will see you in next week's pregnancy update.